Hello student, let's start with chapter number 5 and that is organizing. Now when we talk about chapter number 5 organizing, it means we are talking about the second function of management. Right? First we have already discussed, that was planning, and this is the second function of management which we are going to discuss today, that is organizing. Now if you go with example of organizing, we can just take example of any functions or any fete which a school used to conduct. Now think about it, that like we can take example of your annual day only in our school, how the annual day of a school goes, or how these programs are conducted. For conduction of even the annual day also, we required lot of planning, right, where we need to think that how the things will occur. So that goes with the first function of management, right. वो पहला function of management हो गया planning का. Now once planning has been done, now what we need to do? After the planning has been made, now we need to decide. Once the task has been decided, now we need to divide the work, that who is going to do what, who will be responsible for whom, and who will be a person who will be responsible to supervise that the different task which is allotted is working according to the requirement or not. And then finally a person who required to coordinate between these different tasks or different people, right. So this is what, this is actual implementation of those things which we have already decided in the first function of management, that was planning, right. So you can say organizing function, what we are basically doing, we are starting with the implementation of our work for achieving our goal. So that all creating the structures, framing the structures just to check whether resources are available, right, then coordinating between the different resources, different tasks, different human being, this is going to be called as a organizing process, right. Now let's go with a proper definition of organizing, right. So if we talk about a proper definition of organizing, organizing basically means it's essentially imply a process which coordinate human efforts, assemble resources, and integrate both into a unified whole to be utilized for achieving specified objective. Now what you need to understand here, why we are going with the organizing process. आप किसी भी टर्म को ऑर्गेनाइजिंग तब बोलोगे where there is always a objective behind that, right. So ऑर्गेनाइजिंग क्या है, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग एक प्रोसेस होती है जो क्या करती, कोऑर्डिनेट करती है किसको, ह्यूमन इफर्ट्स को, राइट, रिसोर्सेज को असेंबल करती है एंड इंटीग्रेट करती है रिसोर्सेज को विद द ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज के साथ में, राइट. एंड दिस इज डन सो दैट द ऑब्जेक्टिव कैन बी achieved by utilizing these human resources and the other resources, right. So organizing basically क्या है, a process which coordinate human efforts with, after assembling the resources and integrated both of them and utilize them for achieving a goal, that is going to be called as organizing, right. Now let's take the another definition of organizing, and this is saying that organizing can be defined as a process that initiate implementation of plan by clarifying job and working relationship and effectively deploying resources for attainment of identify and desired result. Here desired result you can understand by goal, our objective, our target जो हमने planning में decide किया होगा, right. सो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग क्या है, एक ऐसी प्रोसेस है जो इनिशिएट करती है इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ प्लान को. इट मीन्स प्लान को सबसे पहले स्टार्ट करना, उसको एक्चुअल में इम्प्लीमेंट करना, इनिशिएटिंग को गया बाय क्लेरिफाइंग जॉब. एंड हाउ यू विल स्टार्ट इम्प्लीमेंटिंग योर प्लान, यू नीड टू फर्स्ट क्लेरिफाई द जॉब ऑफ ईच एंड एवरी वन, हु इज गोइंग टू डू वॉट, राइट. एंड वी नीड टू क्लियर द वर्किंग रिलेशनशिप, like who is going to work as a supervisor, who is going to accountable for whom. So supervisor and subordinate, superior and subordinate relationship need to be clarified and resources need to be deployed, allotted effectively
for the purpose of achieving our desired result. So this whole process where we are initiating, trying to implement our plan by clarifying the job, by making a working relationship clear, and by deploying the resources for attainment of objective is going to be called as organizing. Now next is step in the process of organizing. It means, if suppose you are organizing something, what are the main step which you need to perform? So whenever we go with the organizing process, it means we are talking about the implementation of plan. हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं? plan को implement की बात कर रहे हैं. That is called as organizing. Now how we used to implement the plan? How the organizing process start? What are the different steps? Let's go through with that. So here you can see the first step, identification and division of work. This is the first step in the organizing process, which say that it involves identifying and dividing the work that has to be done in accordance with the previously determined plan. It means once the plan has been made, now here job is, the manager job is, and the people, those who are responsible for organizing, their job is to identify the work first and then to divide that work, right? And this division, identification and division has to be done according with the determined plan. मीन्स जो प्लानिंग आपने कर रखी है प्लानिंग फंक्शन में उसके अकॉर्डिंग वर्क को आइडेंटिफाई करना और डिवाइड करना. दैट इज़ द फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजिंग प्रोसेस. And how we are dividing this work? We are dividing it into a manageable activities, right? So that duplication can be avoided, so that burden can be shared with the employees. Manageable activities means that we are not overburdening anyone. It doesn't mean that हमने identify कर लिया कि ये काम करना है, उसके बाद हमने एक particular human being को वो work दे दिया. We cannot overburden someone, because if you will overburden somebody, you will be able to reduce the effectiveness or efficiency of his or her work, right? So what need to be done? Once the work is identified, it should be divided amongst short or small manner of activities which can be easily manageable by the human being, the staff, and then the burden can also be reduced. The second is departmentalization. Now once activity is identified, it's divided also. Work has to be divided in which manner? Into a small and manageable activities, right? आपने वर्क को आइडेंटिफाई किया, उसको डिवाइड भी कर दिया मैनेजेबल एक्टिविटीज़ के मैनर में, मीन्स स्मॉल एक्टिविटीज़ दे दिया आपने. देन these small activities, what we are going to do, the activities which are in similar in nature are grouped together. It means जो similar nature के activities होती हैं उनको आप एक similar group में क्या कर देंगे? Segregate कर देंगे. Such set facilitates specialization. And why we are doing this? This we are doing for the purpose of specialization, right? So this grouping here, what we are doing, we are making departmentalization basically means grouping process we are going, and grouping means on the basis of similar nature of activity. So grouping is also called as departmentalization, right? Departmentalization क्या हो गया? It can be created using several criteria. That is completely a choice of a manager, that on what basis he or she is creating department in the organizations, right? Now next is assignment of duties. Now department has been created according to the similar nature of work. आपने department create कर दिए. Now you need to assign duties to the staff, right? It is necessary to define the work of different job position and accordingly allocate work of various employees. Once department have been formed, each of them is placed under the charge of an individual. Jobs are then allocated to the member of each department in according to their skills. Now this is very important here. When you are assigning duties, right? Once department has been given, the people has been assigned the department also. Now what need to be done here? You need to define, a manager need to define the work of different job positions. It means एक department में जो बहुत सारे अलग अलग position में लोग हैं, मैनेजर को उनकी जॉब को डिफाइन करना पड़ता है, उनको वर्क एलोकेट करना पड़ता है. नाउ व्हाट इज द बेसिस ऑफ क्राइटेरिया ऑफ एलोकेटिंग वर्क हेयर? असाइनमेंट ऑफ ड्यूटी क्राइटेरिया in department is according to their skills and their competency. This you need to remember here कि assignment जो होता है डिपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन में वर्क का, वो किस बेसिस पे होगा? अकॉर्डिंग टू द बेसिस ऑफ और अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्किल ऑफ the staff, according to the skill of employee, according to their competency. And it is very essential also, and reason for this is that if we are giving a work according to the skill or competency of an employee, we will be getting effective performance from their side, and we will be easily able to achieve our objective. Now once assignment of duties has been done on the basis of their skills, next is establishing authority and reporting relationship. Authority means the power, right? Simply if you understood, reporting relationship means you are accountable for whom, आपको किसको report करना है, right? So this need to be done. It means we are talking about superior and subordinate relationship here, right? So here the next work for the manager is what? He need to allocate work is not enough. Means once the work has been allocated, it means the manager work is not finished. After that he need to understand that each individual should also know who he has to take order from and to whom he is accountable. Means the employee of the organization, every employee of the organization should be knowing कि उसको order कौन देगा, so that he will be not get confused by multiple orders from multiple peoples, right? So every organization employee should be knowing that from where he is going to get order and for whom he is accountable. For whom he is accountable basically means कि उसको किसको answers देने हैं. So this relationship, this is going to be called as authority and reporting relationship. This should be clear from the manager's side for the purpose of avoiding any kind of misunderstanding between the employees. And if there is a proper discuss, or if there is a proper defined relationship of authority and reporting, then what is going to happen? This will create a hierarchical structures also, and it is going to help the coordination process. ये coordination process में भी help करेगा, right? So basically these are the different step in the process of organizing. I'm just revising it once, that organizing क्या है? Organizing, we can simply understand, is the process of defining and grouping the activities of enterprise and establishing authority relationship among them. This is given by Theo Hammond. You need to remember the definition exactly what is written over here, children, right? And the step of organizing process was first identification and division of work. पहले आप वर्क को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, उसे डिवाइड करते हैं. देन you need to create department for that. Department means similar nature of job we are going to keep in, or we are going to group into together, and that we are going to give name of department, right? Once that is done, we need to assign duties, and duty assignment we are doing with each and every employee of the department according to their skills and competency level, right? Next is establishing authority and reporting relationship. Authority and reporting relationship basically means where a manager need to clear that from whom the every employee is going to get order, and for whom a particular employee is going to be answerable. That need to be clear, because if it is not clear, it's going to create confusion among the employee, where may be possible that they are getting a multiple order from a multiple people, right? So these are the different steps in the process of organizing. In our next video, we will be starting with the importance of organizing, children.